And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Darnold, that's complete. It's Bell. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off by Bobby McCain. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
After the interception, here's Rosen, escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end, and it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Darnold. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Red 80. 61. Match box.
From the 36, Darnold nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vince Beagle has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson, and this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point attempt here still to come. And that one makes it 14-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. A first down run not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Brian Poole. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
They come out here in the I. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Four down. Watch 84. Watch 84. He's going.
Now Bell. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll try again with Bell. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell. Touchdown number 22 on the season. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. These two teams all tied after 1. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They run it with Balaj. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On 3rd down, Rosen. They'll roll him out right. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. 23 yards on the play. The catches like that, that's what the Dolphins envisioned when they took Gesicki high in the 2nd round a season ago. He did have 22 catches as a rookie, but did not find the end zone. Certainly feels more comfortable wearing number 88, his old college number, after sporting 86 as a rookie. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. And Dolphin first down. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's Rosen. Caught. It's Wilson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now Balaj. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Middle.
From the gun, it's Rosen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Jakeem Grant with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off of play action, Darnold. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, Haywood!
Darnold from the gun. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bell. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. A shotgun snap for Darnold, eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They'll start with a give here to Ballage. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Rosen will throw. This one into the hands of the running back, Ballage. It's a gain of 9 yards, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And it's caught by Parker. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Now it's Rosen. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Switch. He's coming.
Throwing again, it's Rosen. Rolling to his left. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Again, it's Rosen. It's complete to Grant. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jakeem Grant, as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Jets take over first down.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before the break. Darnold. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On second down, it's Bell. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now Darnold. And he's got a noon one.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, 3rd down. Spectacular catch turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3-and-out. Darnold on first down. Flushed out right. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. 23 yards, the final tally.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Here's Bell, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Darnold. He's got daylight. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told him, they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. On the catch, it's Crowder. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Check. Crunch.
80 weapon.
25.
From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run it with Bell. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Kill. Hey, turn it up.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Move.
49, check 49.
Here's Darnold. Airing run out for Crowder. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football. Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
Here I come again. Here I come. 80. Slam. Tighten up.
Hey, exit.
Now Rosen back into his end zone, and this is incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down.
Hug. Check 13. Alert.
Rosen from his end zone on third and long. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Can't ask for much more than that. A 50-yard punt followed by a loss on the return. And the Jets will take over first and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on second and 10. Here's Darnold. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. John Jenkins. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the fourth quarter.
Hey, tight down.
Third and long, it's Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down.
Here we go.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And it's caught by Herndon. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Now it's Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey, wahoo!
From the 50, it's Darnold. Going deep now for Herndon. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Taco Charlton, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Back to throw Darnold, letting one go deep for a Nunwa. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
Number 53, Mike 53. Watch twist.
They'll run here with Blanche. And an alley to run. And he's taken down inside the 30. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Throwing on 2nd down. Rosen. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Now Rosen. And he finds Parker here, complete.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Taco Charlton in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 45-yard line.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Darnold completes to Bell, and he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
After the sack on 1st down, Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Darnold now to throw. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will be cut down to 14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And they got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground. Ballage again. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
He can run for it, and he will. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He couldn't hook up with a Nunwa that time, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
General West.
Darnold. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here. Looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Taco Charlton. And it's looking like the Dolphins are going to win the football game. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 11-yard line.
Like 20!
Today,